Hello, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss another DB2 SQL function, which is mod. So mod function is mainly used to find out the remainder of the two numbers. Okay, let's say you want to divide your number 5 with 2 and you want the output as a remainder of the division. In that case, you can utilize mod function or mod function. To understand it properly, I will show you one example. So for that, I will go to the session B, and here I will run one query to show you the exact data where we are going to use the mod function. So for that, I'm running one query, select star from sharmit1/emp, and here you can see that there are multiple columns. Now if I press shift F8 to move right side, here you can see there is one column numbers. Okay, now in numbers column, I want to perform the modulus. Why? Let me show you that exact column so that it would be easy to you to visualize the things. So here I will put numbers, and here you can see that for the first row I have saved it as a 5, means I have stored the number as 5. So below to this everything is null because I am not going to read these data. I'm just reading the first row. That's why I just added the data in the first row. Now if you would like to divide this with 2 and you want to fetch the output as a remainder, so how we can do this? So for that you can just simply go to the SQLRPGLE program and write the following things. First of all, what we are doing, we are declaring the constant variable with 5 times 0 and one variable result where we are going to store the output. Then these three lines are the not mandatory in case if you are just reading the data, but if you are modifying your table, then in that case you need to keep these three lines. Okay, but I usually keep always these three lines. Okay, now below to this we are using the exact function. So for this you just need to write exec SQL, select mod is my function name. It takes two arguments. First one is the column value and second one is the number from which you want to divide your column value. So what it will do, it will divide the two, it will divide the number 5 because 5 is stored on the first row with 2, and whatever the output it will get, it will be stored inside this host variable result, and host variable is identified with this colon. This data is coming from employee table. So what it will do, it will fetch the first one row only. Okay, not all the row, only the fetch first one row. So once you got the data, you can use your data in program. So main thing is the syntax. I hope it is clear because here we are just taking two arguments. First one is the column value and second one is the value from which you want to divide your number. So after the query is executed successfully, we are checking for the SQL state. If SQL state equals to SQL state underscore valid, then print the result. Otherwise print the SQL state along with an error message. Query ended with an error, and then we are doing the INLR on. So let's quickly compile this program and call this program. So here you can see we are getting the output as 1. Why? Because in that column 5 is there. So if you divide 5 by 2, the remainder would be 1 only. So this is correct. So I hope it is clear because now the syntax is simple. Previously we used the power function. In the same way we are passing two arguments here also, which is the column value along with the number from which we are dividing it. Now what if we would like to implement the same thing here on DB2 SQL query? So you can use this. So for that you just need to write mod here, and mod you can write in any way like capital or small, it doesn't matter. Then second argument is 2 and hit enter. So you can see it is showing here also. And if you would like to change the column, because column name is different, so you can change it by using alias. So I can make it as remainder. Okay, now as of now, like we don't have any value here, but if there is any value, if there was any value, then it will also calculate the remainder for the further values as well. Means for the entire column it will calculate, but as of now we don't have value, that's why it is showing null. All right, now what would happen if I change it to 3? So you can see it is showing 2. And what would happen if I change it to 5? In 5 it will show a remainder as 0 because this time we don't have any remainder because we are dividing 5 with 5 and it is showing 0. So if you want to see the actual value along with this, so you can print like this numbers. Just add one more column, not here, we should print it here. Yes, so here you can see it is 0 for the number 5. Okay, so yeah, this is how we can utilize the mod function, and this is also a mathematical function. So whenever there is a need to calculate the modulus or remainder of the numbers, you can utilize this function. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.